These are times rappers got caught up in the wrong hood and checked by goons. And we gotta start with DaBaby because in 2018, DaBaby was in East Atlanta, filming a music video for a song 21. He linked up with a film team and got to work, but in the middle of working, a bunch of goons rolled up and tried to press him. The film crew shot the whole interaction, and you can see a bunch of dudes walk up to the spot while DaBaby's trying to work. They stood across the street and started questioning DaBaby, asking him where his permission slip was since he was in their hood. DaBaby told the dudes nobody signed the permission slip form, and one of the goons clapped back and said, "I gotta see something. Yeah, this is my city, baby."
Ain't nobody signed a permission slip for me. Huh? Oh yeah? I ain't know that. Okay.
DaBaby was outnumbered in this situation, but he didn't back down at all since the dudes didn't come at him with respect.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't no peewee though, so it don't go like that. It gotta be respect. It gotta be respect. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. It gotta be respect. Look, nah. Y'all just come, y'all give respect. Y'all would've got the utmost respect. You see what I say? What good with y'all? Y'all all right?
And thankfully, things calmed down before anything popped off. And just a month after this happened, the dude in Walmart who tried robbing him, but he got off on this case since it was self-defense. And in 2019, DJ Vlad asks DaBaby in an interview if he thought the situation in Atlanta could have gone wrong, and DaBaby told them,
a bunch of guys from the neighborhood show up and ask you for a permission slip. I think they actually used those words.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
I ain't
Where's your permission slip? Did you feel that it could have gone wrong?
That guy was on their side. That guy was on their side. You know what I mean? It worked out perfect for him.
But DaBaby situation is nothing compared to what happened with NL Choppa or a Soulja Boy when getting checked. First, let's talk about the time NBA YoungBoy got checked while shooting a video in LA because he was filming in an area called Watch, and apparently some locals weren't having it, so they pulled up to press him, and his people, the video of when went down shows YoungBoy angrily walking around a crowd of people and repeating, "You heard me, Vicky," while a car drives by for the dudes hanging out the windows yelling at him, and that's when someone in the NBA crew allegedly pulled out his ride. The dudes in the car dug down and drove off, and the crowd watching the scene ran away screaming. The video cuts off there, and thankfully nothing bad happened in this situation, but that wasn't the only time YoungBoy almost had an issue in law later that same month. A dude rapping bounty hunter Watts Bloods tried to press YoungBoy while he was walking down the street. It's not clear how it started, but YoungBoy and the other dude started yelling back and forth with each other while YoungBoy's partner held him back. Another video shows YoungBoy and the dude yelling at each other, again at a different spot.
You bang for the fame. I can't bang. Do something. You still on me. You about to get off on empty. Come on, man. Your boy, right?
YoungBoy was trying to get at the dude, but his partner held him back, and the other dude wasn't really trying to make a move. The video cuts off before the situation ends, but nothing really happened since YoungBoy's team was there to keep it cool. And speaking of YoungBoy, he also has goons all over the world who aren't afraid to check people for him, because after YoungBoy dropped the song Bring the Hook dissing O-Block and King Von, everyone close to Vine has something to say about it. And after DJ Academics made a tweet saying NBA YoungBoy on Demon Time right now, it made things worse because Lil Reese responded by saying that ain't no Demon Time. He just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rapping Elite Choppa then. Agreed with Lil Reese saying I stamped that Choppa was basically letting it be known which side he was rocking with in this beef after he made that tweet. But in La Choppa probably ain't realized that YoungBoy has one of the craziest fan bases in the world. So while Choppa was at the airport waiting to catch his flight, one of YoungBoy's fans / one of the goons poured up one Chopper while recording, asked him if he's in La Choppa. Yeah, all you Enly. I asked you mad times the van, then. Swung a chopper and the screen went black, and Chopper and the guy got into it a little, and after all of that ended, the van was seen talking on the phone explaining what he just did to NLE Choppa.
He just beat up NLE Choppa, the rapper. Ain't about nothing, ain't big NBA, big 4K Trey over here, y'all feel me? He just knocked out of rock.
And from the looks of it, Chopper didn't get knocked out. He even addressed the situation on social media, saying it's a difference from getting hit and falling than fighting in flip-flops and falling on your own. I failed throwing a punch, I ain't. Get hit till I was on the way down and my backpack 20 pounds Choppa. Even spoke on the situation a little in an interview with Revoked, since they wanted to know more about how things went down.
I ain't feel like doing all that. And so boom, he said I was scared, he must jumped at me. Now there I hit it right in his mouth, came back with the left, hit him in the mouth again. Then when we squared up again, I swung through the left, hit him again. When I threw my right, my flip-flop, like, my foot, like, I just felt my ankle just give out.
Quando Rondo made headlines after being involved with the passing of King Von, but that ain't the only issue he's had in the streets back in 2019. He was allegedly checked by some Hoovers in La Condo, used to claim role in 60s neighborhood, but when the Hoovers checked him at the mall, he told them he wasn't from anywhere, so they let him slide. But later a picture surfaced on the internet, kinda throwing up gang signs in L. Hey, that's when a dude named O'Shawn Martin hopped on. IG to air cuando out I.
But one thing about you, bro, when I catch you, I'm a bro. I don't get cool behind you. I see a couple of your people trying to tap in and hit me through my DMs. It's not working, bro. Just keep that same energy. You throwing up the set over there, throw it up everywhere you go.
In August 2022, Quando was in LA when 3 gunmen brought up on him and started firing his way. Quando made it out without getting armed, but its only Low Pap unfortunately passed away on the scene after PAB passed. Quando posted his IG story and said he was leaving the benign life behind. He said, my main man's gone, and a lot more. I'm cool on a lot of. If I feel like you not with me, there's no reason for me to be holding on to you. No need to shake your hand or fake some with you. Kinda got clowned on social media for saying. He's leaving the Crips, but it looks like he's just trying to focus on his music and stay out of street drama. Also subscribe right quick if you're enjoying this video, and we have to talk about when some goons try pressing Lil Baby, but first, we have to talk about Soulja Boy because he's always down for drama. Since in 2017 he was beefing with Chris Brown and wanted to prove he still was respected in the streets. So he pulled up to the hood on IG Live, but it didn't go down like he thought it would, and he ended up getting checked.
Hey, what's going on, man? They say Soulja from the hood. They say Soulja from the hood.
Soulja Drive putting his arm around the dude, but the other guy obviously wasn't feeling it until Soulja Boy to get off of him. That's when Soulja put his phone down and acted like he was going to square up to hit with the guy with the video. Cut off before anything really happened. But that ain't the only time Soulja Boy got pressed, because back in 2019, a video came out of Casanova checking him after they bumped into each other that Sirius XM, apparently Soulja, had yelled at a lady before the video started, and Casanova told him,
You screamed at a lady, you bugged out, homie. You bugging out, you got all over your face, you bugging out, you high, you smacked, I understand.
You don't understand how they treat
I understand what you're saying, it's females, homie, look, females.
So if they females, they need to talk like females. Why is she talking like she gangster?
and it looked like the situation was about to heat up Casanova to calm down, but luckily for Soulja and his crew, nothing serious went down. But now let's move on to win some goons in St. Louis. Try checking Lil Baby, because Lil Baby was getting ready for his show and lacing his shoes up, but the goons saw him and started talking crazy. So Lil Baby responded to the dude saying, but the Tombo, since he didn't know what was going on. But the goons were originally mad since Lil Baby was in their hood and didn't let them know what he was doing. Hello Baby slid his ground even though he wasn't in his hood, and thankfully nothing bad happened. But I can't say the same about Detroit scam rapper TJX6, because TJ was very popular in 2019 after his song Dark Web blew up, where he talks about stealing identities and committing credit card fraud. He even recorded videos of him dropping checks at Wells Fargo.
Just got out today, back on my grind. Thought the cops was gonna stop me. I don't need no evidence. Ain't no game. They thought it was capped last time, so I had to go into the bank, right?
But the scamming didn't take long to catch up to him, because a couple of years ago, TJ posted a Lil Baby's ID on his Instagram and said he was going to get rich off his name since he had all of his information fans warned him to take the post down, since Baby is well respected in the streets. But TJ didn't listen and kept it up. Then a few days later, TJ was shopping in Lenox Mall in Atlanta with a bunch of goons ran up on him. A viral video came out showing TJ running away by the dudes. Tried to put their hands on him. No one was armed in the situation, but TJ later hopped on IG Live and said he wasn't going to hang around to get whooped since he was outnumbered. 6ix9ine also had some problems with some Florida goons, because on March 21st, 2023, 69 was working out at an LA Fitness in Florida until some goons at the gym spotted him, followed him into the bathroom and started jumping him. And the guys didn't really say much. It was just on sight once they saw him, and many rappers had something to say after this happened in 6ix9ine because Boozy made a post saying, LMAO snitches get stitches. A lot more rappers also laughing joked about the situation, and I'm sure New York rappers are going to have a lot to say about this situation. But speaking of New York, check out this video to see the most disrespectful New York drill lyrics that really happened.